What's up, everybody? Welcome back to X-Plane 12. Actually, welcome to X-Plane 12.3. That's right, we are in X-Plane 12.3 Beta 1. This is a early access release. I don't know if anybody else has put any content out on it yet. There's no NDAs. That has been cleared. This is now available to showcase to you all. I want to thank again to Laminar Research for inviting me to this program. It's great to be a part of it. This is kind of like a new program for Laminar Research for early access. If you guys like this t-shirt, you can get it on the merch store down in the description down below. You can join the Flight Club as well as become a member here. Get access to early content. We got a podcast dropping tomorrow. You guys probably enjoy with one of your favorite simmers, Right Side Simulations. So if you guys like that guy, be sure to check it out tomorrow. All right, so we are here in the Zibo 737. This is the same version that we are using in 12.2 that we're using in 12.3. With that being said, I am not guaranteeing that anything is going to work properly in this aircraft. It very well could, something could go horribly wrong because this is a beta, but it's not been a beta that everyone can access. So there's very likely something's going to go amiss in it. We'll get into the specifics of, I want to get that GPU sound out of my ears, specifics of the changelog. Once we get going here, there has definitely been some changes to this aircraft, not this aircraft, sorry, to this simulator. Quite a bit of changes, and we'll get into that as we go along. And I also want to apologize. I am slightly under the weather. If you can hear it in my throat, kind of gravelly. So if I have to drink some water and do all that kind of stuff, just, you know, I apologize in advance for that. So we're going to be flying from Albuquerque to Kansas City. I chose that route specifically. Let me see if I can show you guys why I chose that route specifically here. Let me pull up my overlay. Where is it? There we go. So you can see Albuquerque to Kansas City. We've got some weather along the way. If you go anything about what 12.3 is supposed to bring, it's supposed to bring a weather radar. Now, I don't know if it works in the Zebo. I know it's supposed to work in the default 737 and the A330 and a bunch of others. But we'll see if it works on the way. But that's why I chose this route specifically, so we can test out that weather radar and see how that works out for us. All right, let's go ahead and get this guy up and running. I'm not going to take too much time to do this. If you guys want to learn how to fly this thing, I've got tutorials on this. I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing going. I do want to go ahead and get my fuel weight and all that fun stuff. I do have my sim brief profile done. Let's see. We're going to be block fuel of 838. So we'll go in here. Fuel 18. We'll just put 18.4 on here. And payload today, 29.4. If you guys want to know anything about this release, let me know. Just ask in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer anything I can. Again, there's no NDA on this. I can talk about it as much as I want. I can hit on it. I can hate it. I can do whatever, which is fantastic. I love that Laminar has that, like, they don't care. Like, what it is what it is. And, yeah. Looking forward to the new release. Yeah, man. I jumped in it earlier and flew for about like 5 minutes just to make sure like it wasn't going to crash. It still crashed, but you know, and it seems fine. I don't see any performance degradation or changes with this. I will say this. I was flying it. If you are on using Better Pushback 1.9, when this releases, if you're using Better Pushback 1.9, that causes problems, and you will lose about 30 frames. I mean, it dropped from 50 down to 20. So if you are using Better Pushback 1.9, that's going to be a problem. You can use 1.10, which is the latest, and I haven't had a single problem. So just be aware of that. All right, so we got that on board. We'll go ahead and start the flight leg. We're not going to worry about doing the whole, you know, services and all that. Again, the whole point of this is not to teach you guys how to fly this. The whole point of this is to showcase this aircraft and what it's doing. All right. Enter iris position. We should probably do that. So position, we'll grab our GPS position, throw it in here. Let me move this window right there. Perfect, so I can see better. All right, cool. What's about updated Laminar A330? Yes, that is something that has also happened, and we'll get into that. There's definitely, I actually flew that earlier for like 5 minutes. That was one of the things I flew, and I can verify the weather radar does work on that one. And we'll get into that. We will definitely get into that, of what that, all the changes. We're going to go through the change log. Once we get up to cruise, we're going to go through the whole change log, talk about everything that's changed from start to finish. Again, there is no restriction on any of that. I can talk about it as much as I want. Screenshots, all kinds of stuff. So really excited about this. All right, so runway, we're going to be runway 26 today. No, I don't want to save it. That's not what I meant to do. All right, so departure, what is my route? Largo 3, and the Albuquerque transition, or direct Albuquerque. Yeah. All right. I'm so like to fly GA aircraft. Hey, me too, man. Me too. I enjoy it myself. And there's some update for some GA aircraft as well. So if you guys like flying GA, there's some changes for that too. All right, so we're already going direct to Albuquerque. Okay, so direct to FTI. Once I get this in, guys, we'll get pushed back and going. I don't want to waste everyone's time. Kilo Alpha 36 Whiskey. That looks like a GPS position. Direct ICT. And direct Zora, but that's going to be our arrival here into Kansas City. We're not going to be on VATSIM, and there's a specific reason I don't want to be on VATSIM for this. Did I not update? Am I going to the right? Hold on. AMCI. Yeah. What, Nick? Why do I not see? Oh, no, it's right there. I just blind. I was looking for the transition. We'll do a flight in GA. You know what? We might do that. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We'll just do 1-9 left. And that'll be fine for now. All right. Let's get that there. Looks good. Activate. Looks cute. So that's done. Back to initialization. All right. Let's see here. This is also the first stream I've done with my new GPU. So there's always potential for something to go crazy with that too. We'll just have to see how that works out. All right. What was I doing? Already started the turret. Yes. Oh, I need to make sure all my fuel's on board and everything. Not yet. It is still loading up, so we're not there yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. We can't go ahead and call better pushback. Let's see. 2.6, so we're going to want to go like this.
All right, Captain. Got the directions.
Wow,
Let me know
loud.
through the menu when you're ready.
That is loud. That, sir, is loud. All right, better push back. We'll go ahead and connect
Great
the tug.
news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
That's loud. But that one's not loud. I need to adjust the volume. Can I adjust the volume? Better push back. Preferences. It won't let me open it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get our APU started. Why are my turn off and taxis on? I don't know. Let's see here. All right, that's getting going. APU bleed on. Trim air's on.
Some doors are still opened or the GPU or the ASU are still connected. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for all of them closed and disconnected, then I will proceed.
I know. I'm working on it. Jeez. Calm yourselves. Calm yourselves. Waiting for this GPU to be running here. I'll switch over my generators to that, and then we will get GPU disconnected. I say GPU when my APU is up and running. Once I see positive here. Yep, now we got positive. All right, so I can go over there. Ground power's off. We can go and disconnect GPU now.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed, and we're ready to connect.
Yeah, I need to work. See if I can get that. It's not so loud. All right, let's go ahead and see. We got the payload now. So we should be able to do a perfect request. And we're going to be cruising tonight, 35,000 feet. And reserves. Let's see. What is my reserves today? Where's my... There it is. Reserves on board today is 9.5, so 9.5. And cost index is going to be 37. All right, cool deal. Execute that. That's fine. I'm not worried about you. All right, so we're going to do D-rate there. Take off 5. Full CG. Trim is positive 5. There we go. All right, that's all set. All right, so we should be good to go for pushback. We can go ahead and tell them to push back now.
Hey, Captain. Let me know where you want this thing. Captain. Tow's connected. Bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
All right, let's do this thing.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
All right, ground number 2 going on. And packs off. Waiting for 20 on here. There's 20. All right, we got a good start. Number 2. Number 1 start. I don't know what better pushback is doing over here. Waiting for the 20%, and I'll throw the fuel in there. There it is. Make sure we got this set 35. One thing I have noticed, and I don't know if it's what's going on. I noticed like the dark cockpit seems to be back. It could just be, no, it was doing the same thing on the A330. So I'm not sure if that's a glitch or what.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
But the dark cockpit seems to be back. So I don't know if
and we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
All right. That's so loud. I don't know if it's something I can adjust. But man, it is loud. But I'm talking about the dark cockpit. It just seems like it's extra dark. Like if I look out, see how dark that gets? I don't know. All right, disconnect hand signals. We'll be good there. Parking brake still engaged. We got all that set up. TCAS. I'm just gonna throw in a random. That's fine. We'll keep that number. Altitude on. We want to get this a little brighter here, so I can see it. Looks good. Looks good. All right. Cool. Okay. RTO there.
Disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Yeah. Ouch. So I did have to reduce my textures, by the way, guys. I need to optimize my settings now that I have a new GPU. I had to reduce my texture because that was just a quick fix to get an issue done. But anyway, all right, where am I looking for my METAR here? We're looking at 3016. 3016 on the barometric pressure there. Looks good. All right. That's the thing. Need to update that. Well, I was having that same problem in the A330. But this is specifically on 12.3, right? So I don't know if it's a 12.3 issue. But A330 was also quite dark. Not as bad as this, but it was still dark. All right, we're going to go overhead. We can turn the packs back on. That's back to auto. That's off. These can go there. APU can go into the off position. And that looks all good. I am flying from Albuquerque to Kansas City. It says it's going to be about an hour and a half flight total. Let's get our flaps in here. And systems. Make sure my flight controls are free and correct. They are free and correct. We'll go ahead and pop up the controls for you guys so you can see my controls down here. So what you might be seeing is that we fixed specular aliasing. It should get darker in the crevices, but probably needs more individual to aircraft testing. Oh, by the way, guys, Delta Who, he is part of the X-Plane team. So if you guys have questions about it, you can ask him. Perfect. Okay, well, you know what I did? I'll show you real fast. On my graphics here, this is what I have set right now. So if you guys have a better idea what this needs to be set to, let me know. Is this FSX? Owls. Get out of here. I'll ban you. I didn't not notice it in VR either in 12.3, but the VR has always been less special to dark cockpits. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I honestly haven't done any VR, so it's hard for me to give any feedback on that. And again, this is Zebo, so this isn't the default. So I don't know if y'all did any texting with that. I was gonna learn less in 5 minutes. Hey, no, man, it's all right. It's all good. It's all good. Medium texture. Yeah, that's what I have set. Again, I was just throwing some stuff because, again, first time streaming with this new graphics card. So I was just trying to make sure that we're at least going to get 30 frames out. HD sim. So 3.0 is not out. It's out to some individuals, including myself, who are doing some testing for X-Plane on it. And so I do appreciate them reaching out, though. That was much appreciated, and I'm happy to test this out. We've already gone through a few things and figured out a couple things. So let me get Albuquerque up here. I know where I'm taxiing. Airport info. All right, cool. So just straight down all the way. All right. Like I said, guys, this isn't going to be like a super realistic, airline flight here. I'm just going to, kind of have fun and do this. Thank you, Cabela. I appreciate that. I'm doing this to showcase it and also test it at the same time. And then on top of that, I'm focusing more on the sim itself and less on the realistic procedures that I typically do, as you guys know. So I'm just kind of flowing through my brain on how to do this. Nighthawk, hello, what's going on? Welcome aboard. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday night. It is the weekend, and it's a long weekend with Labor Day. Hope you guys are excited about that. I'm excited about that. For different reasons than y'all might be excited about it, but that's okay. And those who like college football, that has started back this week. I know some of y'all are probably pretty excited about that. I didn't let me get the center ones on. One thing I always liked about X-Plane's reflections. X-Plane 12, really good on the reflections, guys. I really enjoyed the new lighting model with that. I always thought it looks pretty good. And who is that? Who just subscribed? I can't see. Somebody just subscribed. I appreciate you subscribing, whoever it was. Oh man, I can't read that. I need to make that bigger for me. But thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Got lots of aviation content, X-Plane and Microsoft. I've just released a review video of some new PU Air Korea stuff. If you haven't seen them, the new PLTs by PU Air Korea, I got a review video on them. They are pretty neat, pretty nifty. And I got a podcast dropping tomorrow with wrong side simulations. Yeah, man, Saytech, yeah. This is technically Logitech. I bought it after they sold it. But hey, it works, I have to use SpadX to make it work how I want it to, but it's all good. Bravo, Throttle, Quadrant, Alpha, Yoke. But hey, if it works, why use something else? I don't know. No, I got some pretty cool stuff coming, guys. I can't talk about it yet. It's so hard. It's so hard. There's things coming, and it's so hard for me not to talk about it, but I can't talk about it yet. And this is a long taxi. Like I said, guys, once we get up into cruise, we are going to talk about all the changes. We're going to go through the change log and go through all that and talk about the changes that the X-Plane, the Laminar Research team has done on all the different aircraft, the systems. There's a lot that's happened that you guys will want to check out. So I definitely want to talk about it. So yeah, I've not been on streams because I'm close to becoming an airline. But are you now, Nighthawk? Well, congratulations, sir. How many hours you at? And what country? Are you in the United States or are you somewhere else? And in your opinion, can we assume that after 12.3, Laminar A330 can compete in terms of quality with paid options such as TOLUS? I haven't flown it in 12.3 enough to give a good verdict on that. But I will say it's going to be hard to compare with TOLUS because, think about it. Laminar Research team, they're focused on primarily the engine itself. Of course, they're doing stuff with the airlines, their aircraft. But they're primarily focusing on the engine. That's, their bread and butter, so to speak. While TOLUS, they're focused just on the aircraft. So, again, but I can't make a verdict on that because I haven't flown it enough. We'll see. Subscribe to the channel. We'll do some more flights. We'll probably do an A330. I almost did an A330 flight on this one, but I figured it wouldn't make any sense to fly an hour and a half in an A330, so I was going to reserve that for a longer flight day. All right, we need to taxi like we are southwest here. Get a little faster. All right, as we get close to the runway, go and get that on. I don't need to do that for takeoffs. Logo will kill on anyway, just for kicks and giggles. That's already armed. We'll go TARA on there. All right. I'm in Serbia, but I'm not living there right now. I'm moved. I don't feel like that kind of close, too close. Hey, it's all good, man. You don't have to tell me. I was just wondering because of the 250 hour rule versus the 1,500 hour rule in the United States. Antonio, this is only for testers right now. This is not out to the general public yet. Anti-aliasing fixed. I will say, inside the cockpit, now I turned it down again because of the stream that I'm streaming. When I was not streaming, I had it turned up, and it looked better. But I'm not going to say it's like fix. I'll say what's not in the changelog. 12.0 is something of a part 1 for the A330. VNAV improves, visual improves. There's still some items we want to address and update after at 12.3. Oh, it's a little teaser there. Well, thank you for the info. All right, so we're going to go LNet. Hold on. Why are we not wanting to activate this? Did we not get a departure in there? Departure. Largo. Oh, that is activated. Okay. And it's activated. All right. So we're going to go heading select. And apparently no vertical. That's all right. We'll go with it. If you have them, drop them. Toga's in the chat. Toga in 1. Board pressure. Ooh, little squirrely. Got some winds going on.
knots.
Cross check. Press hold. Releasing pressure.
V1. Rotate.
Almost had a compressor stall.
Positive rate.
Gear coming up.
400. $1,000.
All right, guys, we'll check up in chat in just a second. That was interesting, guys. I had almost a compressor stall because of wind shear. You'll notice how the engine's like dipped down like that when I got hit. That was kind of cool. Scary. All right, we'll get it up to 250. Why are we dipping down? Oh, we weren't even in. No wonder. All right, lateral navigation. Can we get vertical? There we go. LNAV nav active. All right, there we go. Cool deal. We should be good to go now on our prime mount. And that should be done. That's already up. It's down. Good there. Turn off some taxis. Come off. Keep that on. And here we are. Cool, cool, cool. All right, we'll get rid of that. Love the lighting. This is all default, guys, by the way, scenery-wise. This isn't added on anything. Not sure what's going on with these artifacts right here. That could be a Zebo issue. I'm not sure. Oh, man, I love the freaking... the God rays, as they call them. That's so nice. Look at that. That's cool. Oh, you got the moisture off the wings. That's cool. Let's see how we're doing now. Oh, yeah, fuel. So the center ones can come off. And those can come off for 10,000. All right, we're going to go ahead and go direct to... There we go. Okay, let's start talking, guys. Let's start talking. All right, let's figure out where am I at? Where am I at? All right, let's see. I happen to be able to fly to my home airport, NIS Airport, and Ryanair does fly there, and I am super, super close to working for them. Awesome, man. I hope you wish you the best on that. Only alternatives at the time were Sun Express, which they have 737 MAX 8, so that's not bad. They typically take how long before release to the public? Well, this is new to do like a closed release, so I'm not sure. Light shafts. Yeah, you're right. Light shafts. Yeah. Are they? We'll be watching the background. HD Sim, perfect, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate you watching. Don't forget, guys, hit the like button down below. It does help with the algorithm. I do appreciate you coming by and working and flying with me today. All right, let's see. Hello, chat. Hello, Fly SA. Bro looking like on my PC I tested and analyzed 8 times versus 9 on a 1080p monitor, and there's absolutely no difference in anything despite my GPU ramping up to 100% usage. Interesting. Mine definitely changes. Hi all, Sai. Why are the cockpits too dark again? Is this not? This is apparently a Zebo thing. But also they're still working on it. This is early access, guys. This is not the 12.3 release. This is just early access to the 12.3, so things are going to change. Only downside of me getting to fly into my home airport is that it's super underdeveloped, and the SM-3 is pretty much the biggest possible plane. There's nothing wrong with the 737. It's a beautiful aircraft. It's beautiful. That seems like too much moisture coming off the wings there. Yeah, light shafts, yeah. And the approach isn't as hard because there's mainly flat around it. But only some mountains and hills a bit further away. There's nothing wrong with an easy approach. As someone who's doing my instrument rating right now, easy approaches, I'm okay with. I'm fine with that. Does not bother me one bit. All right, let's see here. I'm going to bring this over onto this panel. We're going to start going through the changelog here. One thing I noticed is that this does not appear to be showing... Oh, I have to turn on weather. I mean, normally you're not going to show just clouds unless it's like a rain cloud. So I don't know if this is correctly depicting it or not. But right now I'm not seeing anything on the radar. All right. Let me get some water real fast, guys. My throat. Ugh. Ugh. You do regularly see 767s at my home airport and also lots of IL-76 MiG-29s, lots of military aircraft because they're half Air Force. Nothing wrong with those. Nothing wrong with those. Yeah, Zubio isn't compatible yet. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that this probably isn't worked over. The default probably works though, from my understanding, based on the changelog, which we're about to jump into. We're going to start with the Alpha 1. Oh my goodness, this is a long changelog. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to start with Alpha 1. This was the Alpha 1 was dated on July 8th. Okay, let me see if I can share this. That's not it. That's not it either. Okay, why am I not able to... Alright, hold on. This is being dumb. Okay. Really? You're going to make me... Okay. I'm trying to show you guys the changelog here. As long as I can. For as I know, there's no NDA on it, so I'm going to show it. If I can't, Delta Who, let me know. But I'm pretty sure I can show this. All right, let me adjust this. Where is the... There we go. Edit transformation. I'm gonna crop. That's too much. Go. Okay. That way we can fit it over here. All right, so we're 10,000 from top of climb here. Let's see what our frames are right now. Let's see what Avitab's showing our frames at. Or actually, we can go in here, data output, frame rate. Let's show that. So yeah, right now I'm getting 45, 47 in the Zebo, which is not bad for the Zebo. It's a pretty heavy frame hog. All right, so let's talk about the Alpha 1. We're not going to talk about the known issues here because those aren't really relevant. All right, so brand new weather radar system is now available in several default aircraft. The 737-800, the Airbus A330, the Cessna Citation X, the MD-82, the Cirrus Vision SF-50, and the Beechcraft Baron 58. The features include a plus or minus 15 degree manual tilt and auto tilt, which you'll be able, like in the 737, you can adjust it here, your tilt. Multi-scan modes, auto, on-path, all single elevation, ground clutter suppression, predictive wind shear, PWS. So if you guys remember on like the A320 and A330, you have the PWS switch, that's there. Stabilized antenna sweep, full API for aircraft developers, such as PMDG, such as Zebo, or Tolus, or anybody else, right? Radar modes include weather, weather plus turbulence, turbulence, active precipitation and turbulence detection, map or ground mapping, tests, which is a simulated return image for system check, and OFF, our power sounds off, right? OFF, off. Okay. The radar uses realistic modeling. It detects liquid water droplets, not ice crystals. Simulates beam width, auto gain by altitude, and the risk of overscanning cloud tops in cruise. I know, PMDG. Don't. I know. For accurate scanning, tilting the radar down to catch slower portions of storm cells is recommended, which makes sense, right? So you would turn down the altitude, pitching. You just pitch the actual radome on the front. It pitches down to scan down. So with the Airbus A330, there's been some updates. Now, again, this is Alpha 1, guys. We're going to do Alpha 2, Alpha 3, and then Beta 1. All right, so the flight management and, I'll start. The update introduces extensive enhancements across the Airbus A330 avionics, flight planning, flight control systems, key improvements focused on VNAV fidelity, autopilot behavior, realism, and pilot's usability. We now support a fully functional secondary flight plan. Guys, that's freaking awesome. The whole point of the secondary flight plan is, let's say I'm flying in, right? I'm flying, and all of a sudden, I'm taking off. I take my flight plan, put it in secondary. In the secondary flight plan, then change it to where it automatically routes me back to an approach at that airport I'm departing. I depart, something goes wrong. I can just load secondary flight plan. Boom! Now I'm already going to the approach. It makes things fantastic. It's actually real world procedures there, so that's awesome. Support of secondary flight plan cruise flight level above max flight level is now a clearable message. Added FPL preview for. Why are my EGTs so freaking high? We're like at 100% here. Interesting. Yeah, that's going to be a Zebo issue.
1,000 to go.
It'll calm down. Anyway, just keep an eye on that. SIDS beginning with an IF or initial fix without a connecting leg from the departure runway are not handled as per real world logic. A no VNAV arm heading pre-select used. Step climbs now possible. That's awesome. Via FCU. Dial and push altitude. Improved climb cruise descent predictions with winds aloft. Step climb fuel use and constraint handling. Explicit discontinuities inserted after segments requiring manual sequencing. Enhanced VNAV logic. Early descent. Path capture from above. Smooth deceleration. Better path prediction in varying conditions. Oh, okay. That's a lot, guys. That is just flight management. Now onto autopilot. Accurate roll rate and alpha protection response under a fly-by-wire. Corrected autopilot disengagement during rollout with pedal tiller input. More realistic auto trim reset and deceleration logic post-touchdown. Supports managed climb descent during missed approach into subsequent approach. Airbus-style level-off preview now on the Indy. Replaces the banana. Improved FMA consistency during approach, go-around, and transitions. For the systems, displays, and quality of life improvements. V-speed suggestions now available based on minimum available V2. Just double tap the LSKs after entering the desired flap setting in the FMS. Fuel prediction logic rework for consistency across flight phases. Realistic barrow standard handling per pilot side, including the correct warnings in case no mismatches. Guys, they added mismatches. So if I didn't have this, that's awesome. That's cool. New ECAM message and ASUS simulation. AGIS, METAR, and PDC now fully supported with memo display, controller cap selection, delay simulation. Guys, you guys realize that, that's a Phoenix level thing, right? Or TOLUS. That's awesome. Man. Laminar Research out here trying to make a study level aircraft. Improved climb thrust, fuel burn, and auto landing handling. FQ and totalizer sync corrected. No more negative fuel prediction bugs. Visuals. Significant visual updates including improved decals, added dirt details, and entirely new dynamic cabin and cockpit lighting. Cabin lighting now features fully 3D lights, dynamic reading lights, and auto purser function that adjusts lighting automatically based on flight phase and altitude. Excuse me. Cockpit lighting includes newly backlit instruments, realistic spill lighting, yada yada. Added engine vibration animations, change the tail number for air can livery to CGEFA. All right, synthetic vision. We added synthetic vision to the X1000. Guys, if you don't know what X1000, that's a G1000 replica here in X-Plane. Providing a 3D representation of terrain, obstacles directly in PDF, just like railroad aircraft, high-end GA avionics. Engine health. We've added a new engine health setting that allows you to simulate wear and tear on engines. Really? Interesting. That's cool. Now, is that default? Like, is that on all the default aircraft? Or is that for, like, developers to use? Dedicated avionics screens, avionics displays like G1000, G530, or the PFT can now be assigned directly to a dedicated hardware screen. No more relying on pop-up windows. This makes it easier for ever to build your perfect home cockpit setup. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's going to make things easier. All right, Airbus-style flat handle behavior. Yeah, they're getting close to Tolos and Flight Factor. Yeah, man, they are. They're getting there. They're getting there. Airbus flap handle now behaves like a series of switches, triggering flap position changes only when near a detent, improving realism for the A330-300. Additionally, there's an optional joystick setting to replicate this hard-gated flap logic. That's nice. Not worried about that. Oh, man, the fixes. 7.3 has it in. I need to double-check. But yes, they'll be changed to in spool up depending on aircraft age. Oh, that's... Bro. The fact that that's coming to a default, you know, because like add-on aircraft have been doing that, right? But default, that's impressive. All right. Improved performance using replay system. Thank you for that. That has been a bug I have been annoyed at. Fixed an issue with old replay files can be opened. Replay map screen now displays holding patterns. Improved situational awareness. Remove the engine number filter from the aircraft selection screen. Airport gate with JetBridge now receive ground power automatically without a diesel generated cart. Thank you. That has been annoying. GMT offset field. Improve the performance when using Track IR. I use Track IR. I don't have it on right now, but I do use it. Fix several crashes. Okay. Hold on a sec, guys. I got to turn my neck the other way. It's starting to cricket. All right, so water intake now occurs only when the scoop is open. Oh, so like if you're doing like picking up water. Improved climb cruise to descent performance modeling for aircraft using default FMS. VNAV, barometric and true altitude. Restricted Airbus Flywire A330 and A320. Bias beta reverse thruster detection even without throttle input. Command beta test now reflects accurate in jet rev embedded rev. Oh man, this is a lot of fixes. This is just for the... Oh, this is general. Okay. Hardware trim axis now drives trim wheel directly. Running start initiates hydraulics properly. Prevents rat deployment in midair. Starts on aircraft with hydraulic. That's nice. That's for the whole, like, you can load it up. FMS progress page now correctly handles manual sequence legs. Excuse me, fellas. DME signal simulation improved. Which is funny because DME, yeah, DMEs, man. Again, doing my instrument training right now. Signal loss now behaves realistically when out of DME or VR range. Indicators fade, speed time estimates reset, and bearing pointers no longer snap to origin. Local geoid, and especially important when flying over oceans. That's awesome. That's actually really cool because when you're flying an instrument, like actually flying instrument, you know, you see that. You don't, it doesn't just snap off. It's a gradual fade. Looks fine. Yep, secondary flight plans, ATC connection, improved via AOC menu, more reliable, realistic interactions. All right, so the Beechcraft King Air C90B fixed an issue with the needle in the right oil pressure gauge was not displayed correctly. I would have never known. The 737-800 instrument artwork has been reworked, including an updated navigational display and improved ECAS and D artwork using correct railroad font. Minor cockpit updates include backlit chronometers and 7-segment displays. Barometer and minimums knobs have been reworked for realistic interaction and behavior. Flight control computer is no longer engaged if both autopilots or flight directors are off. Makes sense. Citation X upgraded Citation Primus FMX to use the new VNAV system. Clamped the VTX carrot on the Citation PFD. Fixed pressure density altitude calculations for landing airports FMS. Improved air data handling and flight summary progress logic. Improved auto brake deceleration behavior. Improved overspeed warning. Improved visualization MFD flight track line. And fixed an issue with the direct to entries. Fixed displaying issue on the progress page. Tweak fuel flow and climb power settings. Guys, this is just Alpha 1. We've got more to go. I think my voice is going to give out. Grumman F14 Tomcat, improved flat master warning. The Piper PA-18 Super Cub, updated flap handling to use the Johnson bar. Yeah, that's what my Cherokee was before I sold it. Just like the real aircraft. ATC improved taxi route calculation, more accurate and efficient ground improvement. Support for Direct 2. Autopilot. New autopilot system called Healy DFAST capable of controlling all 4 axes. Cyclic pitch, pedals, and collective. Nice. New auto hover mode and several new commands for improved helicopter handling. That's what I'm going to have to use because I cannot hover a helicopter worth anything. It is horrible. You do not want to see me try. Again, this is all 12.3, guys. This is 12.3 Alpha 1 we're going through right now. We're going to go through Alpha 2 and Alpha 3 and then Beta 1. Don't forget to go ahead and click the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. We're going to be putting out some more content here at 12.3 coming, including flying the Airbus A330, which we've already gone through all the improvements on that so far. Anyway, lots of stuff to go through here. All right, fix a GPS runtime error that could occur at touchdown. Fix a bug where timer on the G1000 will not count down after passing 1 hour and 30 minutes. G1000 now allows selection of approaches or departures at airports other than the origin destination, just like the real unit. Yep. Display airports in the avionics. The runway length has been declared with 0 feet. Interesting. External visual synchronization. Significantly improved synchronization visuals between the master and the XViz computers in multi-display setups. Oh, I know what that is. Okay. Now including ground traffic, airports, jetway extensions, boats, and static aircraft. Weather. Improved METAR parser. Improved turbulence when using real-world weather. Improved cloud drawing. Improved altimeter jumps during cruise. Let's see. Cloud drawing. I mean, usually this wouldn't be so flat, but it's not bad. I like the darker texture on top. That's cool. All right, the plane maker field is now blah, blah, blah. SDK stuff, not going to talk about that. Okay, that is Alpha 1. We're going to go to Alpha 2. It's less, so hopefully I'll be able to get through all this. All right, so general, fix an issue where using Proton VPN, interesting, would cause Xplan to identify a fail due to interesting. Huh, okay. Fix an issue taking screenshots with using AMD GPUs. Well, that's good because that's what I have now. The texture browser no longer displays images without a sampling usage to prevent validation errors. Improve the daytime settings dialog. All right, aircraft, back to the A330 again. Added key sounds to the FMS for S-Plan and ATC comm buttons. Improved normal map effects on the glass screens. Improved Lua scripts for better performance. Improved parking brake logic. 1 second here. I'm going to... All right. Improved part, yeah, okay. Beechcraft. JIPWA status message no longer printed on the logger console. Cessna Skyhawk dome lights can now be controlled using the mouse wheel. Oh, so like when you select it, use the mouse wheel and it makes it brighter. Okay. Change desk to airport no longer locks out the FMS. That's good. Improved cockpit sunshades. Excuse me, guys. When I talk a lot, I yawn. It's nothing to do with I'm not tired. Just when I talk a lot, I yawn. As something that it's just like a... My body does that. I can't really explain it. Let me see if I can let's do this. All right. On the MD82, JIP with status message no longer printed in the log or console. Robinson aided fixed OAT gauge. ATC behavior when starting a flight, 10 nautical miles, 30 nautical miles approach. Improved waypoint securing sequencing during star to approach transitions. That's good. Refined SID star selection logic. Good. Fixed minor issue related to the parking brake logic. Oh, and the flight lessons. Okay. Scenery improved visibility of PAPI and VASI lights. Hey, I got a question. So, I don't know the answer to this, but do you have the option to turn on and off pilot-controlled lighting? I don't think you can, but that would be really, because that's something in the real world, right? So you're flying along, they have pilot control lighting at an uncontrolled field, and you have to like click the mic button a certain number of times to turn it up or turn it down. I'm not sure how you would do the logic on that, but if you could somehow figure that out, that would be really cool. Anyway, all right, systems. Closing both firewall valves now correctly shuts down the engine. That's good. Added 2 new data rests for weapon and disarm logic. Okay. Fixed issue where pop-up instruments without screen did not respond to mouse clicks. Okay. Added support for historic weather up to 1 year in the past. Is that accurate? Like you just go back and automatically pulls it? That's cool. Real world weather can now be based on either simulator time or actual time. I saw that. I did see that change. Added 4 new data refs for weather radar. SDK changes. All right, so we're going to go to Alpha 3. Alpha 3. Fixed an issue where generating icons for an aircraft. You don't have PCL? Yeah. It would be cool. I'm just saying. Just saying that would be really cool. Improved experience for demo users. Upgraded FMod to version 2.02.29. Fixed issue repeating pop-upping out instruments and windows. Fixed an issue where edit fields wouldn't save the entered text when leaving the field by pressing the tab key. Fixed various crashes. With the aircraft, new command set to release the parking brake now. Apply parking brake pressure gradually over 1 second instead of instantly. That's awesome because that's realistic. Fixed electrical loads display between BAT 1 and BAT 2. 737, improved sound animation of the parking brake handle. Y'all did a lot of parking brake work on these. Parking brake when using cold and dark start. Baron 58, weather radar. Simulated radar beam attenuation due to strong returns or cells. Simulated noise and smearing of the return image at high display ranges. Fixed incompatibility with AviTab. Added sounds to all switches when using X-plane commands. Improved engine sounds. I'll have to check that out. SR22, fixed label for barrel knob on the BFD. ATC, updated navigational voice packs. 2 AIRAC 2508. So that's the latest. Let's see. External visuals. Save flight panel location for play in external visuals. Good. Disabled flight configuration weight balance AI files. Your aircraft toggle replay else and head flight configuration toolbar button on external visuals. Fixed water jettisoning synchronization. Synchronized chocks and doors in the Boeing 737-800. Fixed synchronization of airport vehicle wheels. Fixed synchronization parking brake commands. Graphics. Fixed a crash with using Intel Arc GPUs. I'm not using that, so I don't have to worry about it, but I'm sure people are appreciative of that. Improved cloud rendering performance. Set up the sun for the hits view so the user's camera does not affect it. Improved tree lighting. Interesting. Improved cube map placement. Cockpit reflections should now look more natural. Better adaptive exposure fusion, especially for interior views to avoid overly high contrast. We'll have to, when we get to Kansas City, we'll jump in some other aircraft to see that. Because I know this Zebo isn't going to really show that. Scenery. Added long hangar facades. Added Quonset hangars. Added universal hangar door facades. Added option variants to side sheds. Added several new gabled and arched hangars. Added decals to all terminal kit elements. Applied decals to all other buildings, offices, and parking garages. Improved weather effects on parking garages. Improved weather effects on all open hangars. Interiors no longer accumulate snow. Okay. Weather API, general improvements. Weather radar, fixed vertical mode to provide correct texture plugins, and then some SDK stuff. All right. On to Beta 1. This is what we're flying right now. Well, kind of. It's early access for Beta 1. Fix an issue where the time is displayed incorrectly. Updated global airports from X-Plane Airport, including OMDB or Dubai International with custom buildings. Improved the resume flight function. Added the ability to call and dismiss the ground power unit via the ground handling window. I saw that on the Shift G, bringing up the ground handling window. That was cool. VDAV descent now auto initiates, reaching top of descent. ATC fixed the send to FMS button on the flight planning screen. Graphics improved performance of wheel smoke particles. Maybe I should slam it and see if we can get some of that. Fix an issue where the interior, I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think I'm going to slam it anyway. With switch off at about 65,000 feet. Scenery, add in missing drivers to airport vehicles. Service vehicles now correctly respect stop point settings. Added new library objects and improved some existing ones. Water polygons, low profile, European style, updated compass rose, improved color services, and so forth. HD sub, this is great stuff. You know, I'm one of the few streamers that believed in streamed exclusive X-Plane 12 contents. Looking forward to the changes. That is true. HD sub is a X-Plane only guy. Oh, I've just brought me some hot honey ginger tea for my throat. All right. Systems added warnings for ground tiles cannot be loaded into the time state vision due to limited CPU resources. Fix an issue with artificial horizon will not display correctly. Weather improved stability of METAR parser, especially when handling unexpected text or characters. Added display of real world weather download age as well as the age of the source data. Improved visibility of the rain on the weather radar. And improved synchronization of manual weather between master and external machines. Oh, like you're doing the whole master slave thing. Okay. And SDK fixes as well. So that is the oh, that's the wrong one. Where is the, there it is. Okay. So that's all the changes. That is a lot of changes. That was a lot of changes. That's incredible. You know, it's been a little bit since we've had 12.2, 0.1, I think 12.2.1, yeah. And that's a lot of improvements, a lot of changes, a lot of new things coming to the table that were not previously there. So that's exciting. We're definitely going to fly some more X-Plane here, guys. Gonna have to do it. Oh, that's hot. That's really hot. Okay. Oh, it feels good, though. Anyway, guys, if you have questions about 12.3, now is a great time to ask it. We still got about 45 minutes in cruise, give or take. And yeah, so if you guys have questions, I know we've got some people from, hold on. I know we got some people from X-Plane watching. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and feel free to ask them. Oh, that feels good in the throat, though. Oh. I knew I had to stream this today, even though I knew that this whole thing is going. It's going. But I wanted to get this out for you guys because it's exciting. I got excited about it, and I wanted to make sure you guys saw it so you could get excited about it too. I don't have a timeline on when this will be released for everybody. I know there's some bugs that are being worked on behind the scenes, but excited for it. I'm wondering if I can. Let's go ahead and do something real fast. Let's go to graphics. Let's bring up. Where was I? I'm going to bring this back up to high. Yeah, lots of changes. I'm just going to keep it at 8. I'm curious if I want to bring that up. We're going to bring shadow quality to high there. That looks better. . Oh. I think optimization updates would be very necessary in the future. Well, if you guys missed, I had a interview with Ben, and we talked all about anti-aliasing. We talked about multi-core usage. You guys go check out that interview from FS Expo. And it was a spur of the moment interview. It was me and Nocturnal Simulations. We're talking to him, and he started talking about like multi-core support and anti-aliasing. I was like, hold on, let me start my camera. Let me start my camera because I want this to get out. Yeah, exactly, Delta, exactly. If you guys go and watch that interview, because not right now, wait till after the stream's over, you know. But it's well worth your time to go listen. It's so refreshing. You know, I'm an IT guy, right? IT systems and network engineer by trade. Now I run my own little IT company called Messer Technologies. It's just me. But IT is my thing, right? So I can nerd out about IT stuff all day long. And when Ben started talking about, you know, getting down into the weeds, the semiconductors and like how I was like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. And this is the kind of stuff I like about Laminar Research, because, you know, if I went up to Sobo and started asking some of those questions, I'm not going to get anything from them. I'm not. And that's just reality. Listen, I love Microsoft Flight Simulator just as much as anybody, but they're a giant company. They're not going to be responding to questions. But, you know, X-Plane, Laminar Research, yeah, they will. Right there. Yeah, so Ben Supnick, I think is how you say it. About a month ago, I posted an interview. It's only like 7 or 8 minutes long, but you guys go check that out. I'll grab a link real fast. Let me grab the link. There you go. There's the link. You should hear Sid. He'll give you the dissertation. I'm sure. Hey, listen, Delta. I do this podcast. You know, this called Up in the Sky podcast. You know, if anybody from the X-Plane team wants to come on and talk about stuff, you know, I'm open to it. Tomorrow we'll be discussing. We'll have wrong side simulations on. We've had XP72. We've had HG Sim on. We've had Mickey Mike on. I've got another one in the pipe that's already filmed. I just got to edit it up with Nocturnal Simulations. So just saying, you know, I'd love to bring on. I think at some point I'm working on another developer coming on. He's agreed to it. It's just getting time set up for it. I'm trying to expand it to not just content creators, but also, you know, developers. But hey, you know, just let me know. No rush. So we're 200 miles top descent. We'll see. Yeah. I figured. Well, I figured. But yeah, 200 miles top of descent. So we still got some time. Like I said, guys, you got questions, let me know what they are. Man, I got some. I wish I could tell y'all. I got some cool stuff coming down the pipe, guys. I got some really cool stuff coming down the pipe, but I can't talk about it yet. If you guys missed, I did a review video on this guy right here. And this guy right here, PLT-A and PLT-B. Really cool from PU Air Korea. Definitely check that out as well. Oh, hit my spoon. Hit my spoon. Let's see here. Let's see. We're only at 15 likes, guys. Only at 15 likes. Come on, we could do better than that. We could do better than that. We can get the 30 likes. Come on. We got 31 people watching. We can do 30 likes. Go and hit that like button, guys. It's free. It helps the algorithm. Helps get out there. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. I'm going to make sure other people see it. They can experience 12.3. Let's see here. I got some stuff in my... Just checking my Discord. I got some stuff in my Discord. All right. My wife brought me some ibuprofen. Last night was a fun night. We are looking after my mother's dog. What is your Discord? The link was down. Let me see. I don't know if I updated that. I changed something on my Discord. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know if that's the right one. Let me see here. Where is my... No, not the user. I want the terminal. There we go. Server settings. And invites. Oh, hold on. The bot one works. Okay, good. Good. Oh, very promising. I also think that if X-Plane ever reaches the photorealistic world at Microsoft, like similar trademark feature, there'll be some very serious competition. There's already some serious competition. The clouds, guys. I mean, the clouds they're getting there. Are they there yet? I'm gonna say not. They're not quite the same yet. But I mean, they are a lot better than they were when 12 released the first time. So, yeah. I want to say I may have asked Ben if they were planning to do some photo scenery stuff, and I don't think he was able to tell me. What's going on there, which makes me think maybe there is something coming down the pipe. I just think how expensive that would be. You know, that's what people don't... To use in a commercial program, you know, that you have to license that stuff. And that's expensive. That can be expensive. We have snipers on standby. Uh-oh. How do you know where I live? Or are you talking about Ben? Yeah. At FS Expo, you had people up in the rafters, didn't you? Let's see. Yeah, we should be on the ground in about 30 minutes. Next new series is coming down the line. Apparently, HD. I mean, I just don't want to be shot, so I'm not gonna speculate. Speculate your own risk, apparently. But no, we can't really talk about the output just yet. Way too early. But we have openly discussed is that the entire infrastructure for scenery tiles is changing. Interesting. Entire infrastructure for scenery tiles is changing, which means the base level wire, the mesh, must be changing. What do you mean by next gen? We're talking about like this exterior scenery. So like right now in X-Plane, this is all auto-gen stuff. So this isn't actually what it looks like where I'm flying over Kansas. And you see the repetitive, you know, there's repeating tiles, so to speak. That's precisely why Microsoft has around 8,000 online players on stream. Yeah, non-Steam. Yeah, 100%. You know, I was actually talking to a undisclosed individual, which I can't talk about yet. And we were talking about Microsoft Flight Simulator versus X-Plane when it comes to the world and why we use X-Plane in flight training hardware systems and not Microsoft. It comes down to the handling characteristics of the aircraft, and not, because in a trainer you're not caring about what the world looks like very much, because a lot of times in a trainer you're just doing instrument type training. You're not doing. They'll do some VFR stuff, but not really. And so we were talking about how Microsoft or Sobo built a world and then created airplanes to fly in it. And X-Plane built airplanes and then built a world that matched the airplanes. I mean, that's not 100% accurate, but you get the idea. It's like Microsoft, they didn't build a flight simulator. They built a photographic world and then added planes into it so that you could fly around it. The new tile system will be significantly more powerful than DSFs. Okay. All right. More powerful than DSFs. I need that. Hold on. I'm going to pull up a. I'll probably get copyright striked if I do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. If I keep it under a certain period of time, I know I can get away with it. Here we go. Here we go. I'm not going to show it because I don't want to get copyright struck, but here we go. This is my response to you, Delta. This is my response to you.
All right, then. Keep your secrets.
If you can tell me what movie that's off of, you just became a friend. I'm really liking the lighting system, guys. I just the way that it's interacting with the environment is just, it's really good. Really good. Yes, it's Lord of the Rings. It is Lord of the Rings. It's been too long, apparently, if you don't know which one. It's from Fellowship of the Ring. It's when Gandalf comes to the Hobbit, or to the Hobbit. He is coming to the Hobbits, but to Hobbiton. And, you know, Frodo's waiting for him and hops onto the cart, you know, jumps into his arms. And then as they're driving down, he asks, like, you know, where you been? And he's like, oh, you know, I've been doing whatever. And he's like, all right, then keep your secrets. I'm a big fan of Lord of the Rings. I read the book when I was in middle school. Read The Hobbit, Silmarillion, watched all the movies. refuse to watch Rings of Power because I care too much about the Silmarillion and the stories and everything. But hey, whatever. We won't get into it. We won't get into it. All right, we're getting closer, fellas. We are getting closer to that top of descent. Look at those rays. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Some weird artifact going on right there. This tea is warming me up. Ah, it's good though. It's soothing the throat. Robert Harrison, no problem. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget, guys, if you would do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It helps with the algorithm. It's free. You're not running any mods per chance? No. No visual mods. The only mods I'm running right now is Xpilot, which is not actually running, Avitab, Spad Next, Better Pushback. That's it. That's all I'm running. Yeah, no visual enhancements. This is all base. I have auto ortho, but I'm not running it. I've had issues where it crashes. It freezes up and crashes my X-Plane. So I don't run that anymore. All right, let's see here. We're going to go approach. We were doing the ILS 9er. And that's going to be a... Why are we doing 9er? What's the... No problem. No problem, man. What's the weather like? What are we at right now? Oops. One 9er 0 at 4. Why are we doing 9er? We shouldn't be doing 9er. We should be doing 1 9er. All right, I'm going to head off. I'm on UK time. It's pretty early in the morning for me. Have a good flight. Thanks, Delta Who. Appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll be seeing you in Discord, of course. All right, let's see. What are we shooting for here? No, we are 1 9er left. Okay, we are 1 9er left. All right, so 2,800 feet. That's what we're going to put here. Got that set. Course is going to be 1 9er 1. Got that set. Don't forget, guys, also, if you haven't, I did review this right here, PLTA and the PLTB, on the channel yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. That was live yesterday. You might want to check that out afterwards. Really cool pieces of gear, and they also came with this little guy right here, which I talk about briefly as well. Ooh, don't drop it. And then tomorrow morning, I think it's 9 o'clock. I have it set to, let's see, content, video. scheduled. Yeah, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I have the podcast I did with Wrong Side Simulations scheduled for release. So you'll want to go and check that out tomorrow morning. And physics, exactly why I play X-Plane, not Microsoft Flight Simulator, because the physics feel much more realistic than Microsoft Flight Simulator. Sorry for all the gases out of my mouth. No, I 100% understand. Yeah, 100% understand. Now, with add-on aircraft in Microsoft, you can get the realistic feel, but I always find the attempt to get the low level like turbulence, the thermals that come off the ground, the uneven heating of the Earth's surface. An X-plane, they seem more like balanced than Microsoft. It's just like it's rocking you all over the place all the time, and it doesn't. It's annoying. In real life, I mean, you're getting bumped around, but like it doesn't seem as bad. By the way, clouds need a little more ambient occlusion to make them look more voluminous. I don't think it'll be difficult, but it's a very powerful thing. We'll also have the ambient occlusion pretty low right now. So, yeah. Good evening, Captain. 1253 is looking good. You're going into any weather. Does the tilt work? So we're going to check that out once we land into Kansas City. So I'm in the Zebo, and it does not have a working radar right now. I do know the A330 does. So when we land into Kansas City, I'm going to switch over to the A330 real fast, get it up in the air, and I'll do some custom weather so you guys can see it. I do want to show you that. And I do have some screenshots I took earlier when I was testing it real fast. Let me see if I can pop that up for you guys. Where is it? Here's one. So this was one I shot earlier. You can see the red blobs. That is cumulonimbus clouds that I made. I pushed there. So it definitely works. But I'll show you guys that when we get into Kansas City, which we're not too far out from. We're about to start a descent now. Let's see. 1090.55. I need to see my nav radio here. All right, here it is. ILS is going to be, what was it? 1090.55. 9055. Error. Why are we getting error? Hold on. One 0955. There we go. That's why. It was in VOR mode. Oh, we're starting to get some of the orange. Oh, it's going to be a sunset flight, or sunset landing. It's going to look beautiful. It's going to look great. Oh yeah, the Zebo isn't updated yet for 12.3 to the public, but I think it's been done for 12 in the Zebo mod, but not for the public. I don't think so, because if he's done it, he hasn't made it public to allow you to download it. Yeah, that was the A330 radar, and we're going to show that. Or, you know what, I might jump into the Baron. I know the Baron has weather radar as well. I don't know. We'll see. By the way, guys, if you wanted early access to the video I dropped yesterday and the video that's coming tomorrow, you can become a channel member by hitting that $sign and joining for as little as $2 a month. I think it's $2 a month. Is it $2 a month? I think it's $2 a month. Anyway, and you join the channel that way, helps support the channel, helps provide content like this. I greatly appreciate anything that y'all do. It's very, very gracious of y'all to do so. You don't have to, but it does give you access, early access to that. For example, the podcast that's dropping tomorrow, I actually dropped for members back in on Monday. So it's been out a while for members. So there's definitely some benefits that you get with it. Getting that pink. Look at that. That's pretty. Grabbing a screenshot of that. All right, top it sent here in 70 miles or so. You could contact Zebo or through Sky Metrics to see if you could have early access non-public Zero mod with the new weather radar. Yeah, I guess I could have. But this was kind of a rush. I didn't even know they were going to drop it today, the early access to it today. So kind of a rush to get this out there. It's all good. It's all good. We're heading to Kansas City. We'll be landing in just about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Let's show some love to Micah by hitting the like, guys. Yeah, appreciate it. I think we were going for 30 likes tonight. And we're at 25. We're so close, guys. We're so close to hitting that goal. By the way, do appreciate it. If you do subscribe, we are going for 10,000 subscribers. We are currently at, well, what are we at? 9,699. So we need 301 more subscribers to 10,000. If you're not subscribed, I'd appreciate it. Oh, nice. Love flying the States. Me too. That's where I do most of my flying. Occasionally I fly overseas, but most of my flying I do right here in the good old US of A. That's weird lighting. Pop. I'm getting a little warm in here. Turn on the fan. I apologize again, guys, for my voice. I have been fighting something all week, and I've been, yeah, it's been a little rough, but it's all right. You got the best weather for sure. It could get wild there. Yeah, I can. Discord. You look for Discord. All you got to do is exclamation point Discord. That'll get you that. All right, we're getting close to top of the ascent. We are so close. Should automatically start the descent. Now, I like to start my descent a little early. A little early just because... Where? Oh, I got rid of that, didn't I? Okay, let me bring back up my weather information. altimeter's 3003, winds 2003. Yeah, we'll have a good, nice visual landing. All right. Forewarning, I'm probably going to smash this into the ground like I am a brand new first officer. It's been a little bit. It's been a little bit. So just, you know, probably going to want to make sure that seatbelt's extra tight. I'll the Flying Scotsman. So, we got a lot of new things in X-Plane 12.3. I went through the whole changelog earlier in the cruise, which you can rewind and watch later if you want, because that changelog's not available to the public yet. Pretty sure I'm the first one to actually show it out there. Anyway, so that's a loaded question. There's a lot. There's a lot of options, a lot of things that have come out there. We're gonna go ahead and say this in now. Everything from the A330 updates, lots of updates to A330, stuff for the Barons, stuff for the Citation X. I mean, lots of stuff. Weather updates, and fixes, bug fixes, improvements, all kinds of stuff. I go through it all. Seeing the engine wobble in the A330, is that in 12.3? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. We can check it. Again, we're going to jump to the A330 once we get on the ground. But we can definitely check that out. It's a good question. It's going to be night when we land here in Kansas City. Yeah, I don't remember seeing it in the changelog, but that doesn't mean it's not. We'll have to see. southwest. All right. Makes me fly again. Hey, man. Do it. Do it. Passing 30,000 feet. Starting to speed up here. As I knew I would. That's why I started descending earlier, because otherwise I would have been building up the speed the whole time. So we're going to add some speed brakes here. Can't see anything. IMC. There we go. Look at the moon. You just did a 7-hour flight in the 777. Time for rest and watch you. Hey, I understand that. I understand that. Long hauls can get poof. Though I will say long hauls offline aren't too bad. Long hauls where you actually have to sit there the whole time. Yeah, that can poof. Is Laminar planning to add something like a turboprop fleet ATR-400 Q400, which is sort of lacking, or an A320 CEO in the future? Is known for 12 over update will be about. I don't know if they're adding new aircraft. I do know there was something. I thought a Q400 was in development for X-Plane. The A320 CEO, I think Tolis is making, or Flyfletcher is making that, right? Or is it Tolis is making that? Tolis is making that. Yeah, man, I did fall asleep. Wake up a little early. Yeah, there you go. Landing lights seem to be off below 10,000. I'll check it. FlyJSim-8 is amazing. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. We're not below 10,000 yet. All right, we can get rid of that now. I don't have the FlyJSim-8. Props. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm going to be getting Flyfetcher made the A320 CEO. Okay, there you go. I'm excited because I'm going to be getting back into some more GA flying here soon. All right, so what's our barometric pressure here? Uh, 3003. I thought it was like, no. I thought you were reporting like there's a bug or something. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think so. No, I'm at past 18,000 feet. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get our control cam on. Prepare the cabin for the arrival. And we're going to go in it here. We're going to do flaps 40. We got calm winds, so we'll get it slow as we can. 136, 141 on the VRAM. See if I can get the Elantra up so we can track. There we go. See my landing rate there. Looking good, looking good. Like I said, once we get on the ground here, we land, we get off the runway. We'll load up the A330, make a daylight, and then we'll throw in some bad thunderstorms, and so I can show you guys the weather radar. Turn up the plane audio? Sure can. That better? So I'm gonna vector on. Okay. Play audio is better? Okay. How's the multi-core performance at 12.3? Let me see. That's a good question. Let's see. What do we got going on here? Alright, so my CPU is only using about 20-30%. It's not using it that much heavy. It is using... It's using multiple different cores. I don't know the exact specific per core, though. I can see it's using multiple. I would have to pull up a different tool. But it's very much a GPU heavy. I'm running a Radeon RX 9070 XT. I have 16 gigabytes of VRAM. Right now I'm only using 50% of my 3D encoding and only looks like 10 gigs of my VRAM. But that's generally probably because it's nighttime, and so it's less that it's having to render. During the day, I was getting close to that 100% on the encoding. Alright. About to drop below 10,000 feet. There's your landing lights. And wing lights. Alright, below 250 and descending below 10,000. So we're good on the speed and the altitude. Airport should be... I think that's it right there, actually. Thanks, Zoe. Yeah, it's pretty good. I do wish the rendering distance on this was further out, which actually I should be able to, because I think yeah. Hopefully I didn't just screw everything up. There we go. Pushing out that rendering a little bit. I do wish the lighting on the rendering was further out. Even if it wasn't like accurate, just had something out there. I think it'd be cool. Looking good so far. Once we hit Tobin, we'll turn left. Then we'll take it over from there. We'll descend down to 2,800 feet and intercept the localizer, and then we'll shoot the visual approach. 19er left. And once we land, get off the runway, we'll actually switch over to the A330 and flip it back to day, get some cumulonimbus clouds going, some rain, and see if we can't see the wobble on the engine that we mentioned, and then also see if we can see the on the weather radar, which I know we can because I've already tested that part. Creamers, what's going on? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. It's been a long time, my friend. Been a long time. Don't forget to hit the like button, my friends. It does help with the algorithm. We are at 32 likes. Can we hit 40 before we land? Can we hit 40 likes before we land? I don't know. We'll have to see. Any noticeable significant changes in 12.3? The clouds are a little better. There's a ton of updates for the aircraft, and we got weather radar now. Heavy lifting these days. Hey, man, I'd get that. So there are definitely some changes. Now, is it like a world difference in the environment? Not particularly, but there's been a ton of changes on aircraft, on systems, stuff that you do interact with. It's just not like, yeah. But there's early in the stream when I got up to cruise, I went through the entire changelog for 12.3 that is not publicly available out there. So if you want to see that, you got to go back and rewind and watch that after it's over. After it's over. All right, we're going to go ahead and reduce to 180 knots. And we're at heading select. And we're going to go ahead and turn. Not yet. I'm going to get a little bit lower. All right, now we're going to turn. Wow, sorry, grab the VLO, the VOR localizer and the glide slope. That doesn't seem entirely accurate. But we'll see. I guess it is grabbing it. Okay, we'll take it. Alright, so we're going 160. And there's the airport.
2,500.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to see if we can't avoid crashing this 737, because it has been a long time since I've landed it. Go around to 4,000 feet. Runway is in sight. Gear coming down. Speed set 138. Flap set 15. 25. 30. 40. Flap set. Oop. And we've been cleared to land. Continue us on. And go route altitude set 4,000. Heading set 191. Alrighty. Here we go. Got the aircraft.
1,000.
Stabilize, missed approach, altitude set.
$400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Four reversers. A little off center on that one.
80 knots.
Reversers idle. Reversers stowed. Manual braking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kansas City, where the temperature is a balmy, whatever it is. I don't even know. I don't even know. That was a pretty good landing. Not too bad. Not too bad. It definitely was off center there, but not too bad. All right, we're gonna park this right freaking here, and we're gonna pull up the A330 here so we can check out that weather radar. But before I do that, let me go ahead and put the parking brake. And we'll pause it. I'm going to end the flight here. I'm going to review the flight and see what my landing was. Did it not pull it up? Did it not pull it up? No. It didn't track it for some reason. Boo. Oh, well. Well, actually, you know what we can do? Let's check out the replay mode, because apparently, supposedly, the replay mode is better performance on replay mode. Does look a little better.
500.
Let's see what that landing rate was. We're going to look at the PFD for that. Looking at this number right here, and then where this is.
300.
But I know it's to the right.
200.
Not too bad, but it was a little off center. I'm not sure where I actually touched down.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20.
A little
10.
overflare at the beginning. Bro, that looked almost positive. Hold on. That was smooth. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do new flight here. We'll change location. I don't care. We can do MCI since we're already there. I don't care. We'll just do 01. We're going to do earlier in the day. We're going to change the weather here to manual, and we're going to add a cloud layer. We're going to say, I don't know, we'll just make it right here up to something like that. Cumulonimbus. We're going to do broken, so there's plenty. Precip, we're going to do heavy precipitation, and that'll be done. And then we're going to start with engine started. Yeah. And, oh, I'm sorry. We're going back. We're going to A330. That's right. Start with engine started. AMCI. Yes, confirm. Start new flight. All right, we're going to check the weather radar here so you guys can see it. Because it does work. It does absolutely work. I know for a fact because I've already done it before. All right, first off, I'm going to get rid of better pushback for now because I don't need that at this juncture. All right, so we're going to go and do that. We'll arm the spoilers. Or not. And we'll go flaps 1F. Yeah, I know, because the spoilers aren't armed.
SPAD.next needs your attention.
No. Yeah, okay, that's fine. There we go. Those are set. Now it should be good. And did I change the time? I feel like I didn't change the time. Okay. And let's see. Let me get this. Where is the... Landing on, turn off on, beacon on, strobes auto. That's all set. And we're going to go down here, go to system 1, PWS on, and we're going to go map here. Ignore that for now because we're not off the ground yet, but you will see.
Attention all aircraft. Kansas City International Information Golf current altimeter 3003.
Need to change the frequency here. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and take off here. Before I do that, let me get. See, it is still dark in here. Looks like they need to work on the darkness thing again. Because I knew that I changed some of that. Integrate lights up. Then it should be, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and I can break off. Looks like we're going to fly right into a storm. Yay. So you can see over here on this radar we can see there's some cumulonimbus right in front of us. Woohoo! You can see that right here too. So that is the map option. This is the weather turbulence option. So I'm going to kind of shoot through this gap here in the weather. I'm in it now. I'm in it now. You guys want me to fly directly into one of these cells? Let me see if I can break through this one right here, and then there's another one that's going to be direct front. There's a lot of differences. So the big difference I'm showing right now is the fact that you actually have a weather radar. They've done a lot of updates of the weather, and the A330, which I'm flying right now, has a lot of changes made to it. There's all kinds of changes, man. There's just a ton. It's hard to put it into a specific, this is, the category, whatever. Should be coming out of the clouds here soon. I hope. I'm going to set this right here. All right, so we're going to do heading mode. All right, there's a cumulonimbus cloud right in front of us. I don't know why we're why are we going down? What are you doing? Oh, it's altitude hold mode. No reason, no wonder. At a lower altitude. No wonder. Okay. So that's a cumulonimbus cloud right there. Now, of course, this is not real weather, guys. I made this weather, right? Just so we could demonstrate the weather radar. So you can see on the weather radar some heavy precipitation in there. And you can see it here, too, on this side. So you got one right in front of us, one to the left, which we see that. One to the far right, which we can see right there. So the weather radar is accurate. It is showing the actual conditions outside of the aircraft. Now let's go fly into it real fast. Let's see how it handles it. But yeah, it is actually showing the weather. We're going to level off. Let's just level off at 14,000. And let's just weather. Let's see what we got. That's fine. Let's go to turbulence mode and see what we have. It's not showing any turbulence there. So it looks like it's just preset, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. We're going to fly right into it. Because what could possibly go wrong? Yes, they have. They've done a lot of work with the A330. Again, go... Oh, that's not good. That's magenta. They've done a lot of work with the A330. The only thing I don't like right now is I'm seeing this dark cockpit issue again. I don't like that. So that's something that they need to work on still. All right, let's increase speed. More speed! This could be rough, guys. This is a supercell. Not supercell. I mean, yeah, whatever, maybe. It's a cumulonimbus. This could be pretty rough. Look could possibly go wrong? That's not good. That is, again, this is custom. I custom did these clouds, so maybe it's just because you're custom. Yeah, I think there is turbulence in them. I'm not sure what the turb mode does. Like, does it, you know, does it just read like regular, just old turbulence and not like cloud turbulence? I don't know. We're getting some variations in speed now. Oh yeah, we're getting some. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh, we're definitely getting rocked around. Oh yeah, we're getting rocked around. Oh yeah, we're getting rocked around. The G-Lo camera, where's that? Where's the G-Lo camera? Is that somewhere? Do I not have it on? General. No, we're not going to do that. Where's the G-Load camera? I don't know. I don't know where that is. Thought it would be under graphics. View drop down. Okay. Hold on. View. Okay. Oh, there we go. Woohoo! I think we're getting some turbulence. Just a little bit. Oh. They gave me controls. We can make it. Well, I got to show you guys. Ooh. I don't think he was made to do this. Keep the blue side up. We're almost out of it, guys. So as you can see, having weather radar can be very helpful to avoid these things instead of going through them like I am. Don't be me. Don't be dumb. Go around. Don't go through. Or go over. And we made it. We made it out. Some drinks may have been spilled. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. Okay, so I want to do one more test here. One more test, and then I'm going to have to call it because I do have to go to bed at some point. as much as I'm enjoying myself. But I want to see if the engine wiggle is, or whatever is there. All right, so supposedly, let me go ahead and clear. All right. Just gonna get all this on. Not that I care about any of this. I really don't need all these on, but it just bothers me when I see the off. All right, so we're going to go open up the master. And start. We're going to get the APU up and we're going to get this engine started. So what we want to do now is I want to see if we're going to see if this engine wobble comes on. Get that saved. APU is starting up. Once that gets started, we'll start up that little right engine and see if we get that wobble on the engine that they were talking about. I don't know if that's in yet. But we're going to find out. All right, AP is now available. AP Blue can come on. Why are we not going outside? I'm not seeing any wobble. Yeah, no wobble. No wobble yet. Oh, dude, look. Ah, that's cool. No, so no wobble yet. No wobble yet. So, there you go. There you go. No wobble yet. But maybe soon. Maybe soon they'll get it. Anyway, let me see here. What do I got? But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up today. I do appreciate all those people who've subscribed, all that fun stuff. I do appreciate it. We hit 40 likes. We made it. We did it. We did it. If you haven't already liked, go ahead and like it down below anyway. If you haven't seen, yesterday I did drop the PLTs when you rev it up. I mean, I can check it. I don't think it's going to change it. I think you're supposed to see it when you start up. No. Nope. Hey, there's some wobble when I slam the brakes. Watch. I don't know. There's some when you slam the brakes on. Anyway, thank you all for liking the video. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been enjoyable. We're going to do some more content, guys, on X-Plane. Expect to see some flights with the A330 coming out in more detail. Seeing turbulence too? Yeah, I'm sure you do. But yeah, so expect to see that. more stuff's coming. We're going to be seeing all kinds of content coming out, guys. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to show you guys some of the stuff that's coming down the pipe. I just can't yet. But anyway, we are going to go. Oh, nope. I can't go back to the other replay. That's fine. That's okay. I was going to go all the way back to the other replay. But that's fine. We won't worry about it. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already. See more content like this. If you haven't already, also consider becoming a channel member. It's like $2 a month, guys. It's super cheap, and you get early access to stuff like this. Well, not necessarily this live stream, but other videos. I got podcasts coming out tomorrow. It's been out for members since Monday. I've got something that dropped yesterday, was available over 24 hours ahead of time, so you get all that content ahead of time. And also you get special Discord channels in the Discord, and you get special emojis as well. So definitely check that out. Anyway, guys, I have to wrap it up. I wish I could keep streaming this for you, but I can't. I have to go to bed. I've got responsibilities I have to do. But I appreciate you all watching, guys. Thank you again so much, and I'll see you all next time up in the sky.
They'll be calling me, they'll be calling